us. Look at us being.
Get a little bit.
Hanging up. Yo, cheers, queers. It's from Behind the BarCast, the podcast for bartending, service industry, drinking in general. There's the Budweiser. I'm Paxton. That's Clint. That is Vincenzo.
You could see him in a little preview I just put up on the internets.
Happy President's Day. Is that
Happy
what
President's Day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I like presidents.
Thank you to our patrons.
Thank you to our new patrons.
We've got new patrons.
Amanda.
Hey, Amanda.
Listener. April.
Thank you, April.
Shout out from North Carolina, Georgia.
The South.
From this, yep.
The South.
Shay, who was here last week, joined, even though we thought he had joined long ago, and he had not. I don't know if we mentioned Kyle. Shout out to Kyle. Positive shout out to Kyle, finally. No mention of Kyle's bad habits.
No mention of Kyle in the car wash.
And Ashton. And Grant, again, haha.
Hey, got him.
One more time, Granny.
Because the Patreon website for us looking at it, it gives us nothing. Nothing. It's
I have to go on the actual website.
You really have to. You have to Google inside of Patreon to figure out anything.
It's not what you want.
But anyways, thanks to the patrons. You guys make the show run. You got us a new computer. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, and the camera switcher.
Camera switcher. Now we are.
Y'all gave me a job.
And we got you got a job.
Help getting a job.
We've got we're on all of our social medias at From Behind the BarCast, and we're at 400 and something Instagram followers.
494 or 5 sometimes.
Get us 6 more.
Please help us.
Get us and Inferno. Get Inferno up to 500.
Yes.
And get us up to 500, and then you'll just be cool. That's it. That's the reward.
You can see all kinds
for 500 followers.
I'll give you a hug.
Hugs.
Paxton will actually give you.
I will give you leg hugs for 500 followers. All right. Anyway, so we're gonna start off role play. Are you ready?
I love role playing.
All right. Hey man, can I get a drink?
Yeah, sure. What would you like?
Let me get a vodka and soda.
All right. You want a lime?
Yeah, please.
Lime wheel.
Hey, so where's the party at, man?
I'm not really sure. I'm working right now. Here.
Yeah. Where would you hang out, man?
Pretty much my job's hanging out, so I don't go out too much.
Oh, cool. Where do you where's all the chicks, man?
Ooh, out here on Tag, out of the Rock House.
But where
I know where they're not.
But what about chicks though?
Ooh, there's a yoga thing on the beach in the mornings.
Oh, is that where the chicks go?
Yeah.
So should I go where the chicks
just keep drinking all night and then go to yoga?
Yeah. Hey, do you know where I can get any
a nose job? There's no plastic surgery out here.
There's no rhinoplasty out here,
sir.
Please leave.
And they don't work anyways.
So I
get that all the time because I talk so damn fast. I'm so hyper.
You have ADD.
Yeah, I'm super
hard.
ADHD. People are always like, "Hey man, let me get a bump," and I'm like, "Oh, what?" The thing that's the worst will be.
You want to bump to 500 Instagram followers?
Yeah,
we got you.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and Darren Josh Morris, you freaking Darren. Josh Morris one night was like, "Hey man, can I get one of those?" I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Man, I'm like, I've known you since I was 5, and I have been like this since I was 5. Like, what do you mean?" And he's like, "I don't know, man. You keep you're all fidgety." I'm like, "I'm like this all day. I wake up."
Have you ever met
this.
me?
Yeah.
Have you ever met me?
You met me in the last 40 years of our lives.
So
together?
I walked into work the other day, and this guy, I hear him yell out. He goes, "Charlie Classic."
What?
And I was like,
"Is that a sex move?"
I was like, "What?"
What?
I didn't know. So obviously, I didn't think he was talking to me, right? And then I walk back, and I hear Charlie Classic. I was like, "What the fuck, man?" So. I'm fucking all day today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I've got a few too.
So I go back to the outside bar, and I didn't really look at the guy because I don't look at anyone that yells because I don't want to give them any sort of.
It's Charles Classic.
So he comes out. He goes, "Charlie Classic, what's happening, man?" I was like, man, I don't think you have the right person." He goes, "Nah, man, I met you at Sewanee. You were with Wink and Austin," and he named all of my friends.
What? Did you lie to him and tell him your name's Charlie?
So I'm starting to think. I was like, do I have like the most epic nickname ever that I don't remember because
can
of
see you being a
something that
Charlie.
I've did,
You got some
or
Charlie
did I
going.
lie to this guy? Right?
I occasionally will lie about my name.
Yeah.
Especially if you ask me for like the 4th time, like you're getting
Well, as I was talking to him, I was like, it is very plausible that I lied to this gentleman. Because
Did you say you were like
So he goes through the thing. Goes, so hey, we're like, I just got out of con college. Where the chicks at, man?
oh, he was the chick guy?
Yeah. So he goes, I just got out, and he lifts up his arm, and it's like, I was like, they're tattoos, you know? Like I didn't
you
look
couldn't
at
tell
them.
they were jailhouse tattoos?
I don't know. I mean, I just
wasn't
didn't want
a
to.
swastika?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
He didn't have the iron cross?
He didn't have like an SS on there or anything
like a
that.
tilted
yeah.
iron cross?
So then he's like, well, where's the party, man? I was like, I'm at work, man. I don't know. Yeah. So then.
I guess because of the festivals, he would assume you know how to party.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, fine, whatever. But what he was first talking about was like he wanted to be around some chicks that were drunk that would sleep with him. Typically, when people
I
are like,
can
"Hey,
understand
where's
that.
the
You
party?"
just got out of jail, prison,
Yeah.
you know.
But so many people ask that they think that you're going to be like, "Hey, I've got this group of drunk girls sitting in one place,
Yeah,
where you can go pick them off one by one."
Go down to the Windrose.
Yeah,
They're in the
you
back
know,
corner by the pinball
Like,
machine.
do you think that I have some secret fucking thing, right? So then, just like I'll always get asked for goddamn drugs. He's in the middle of like 6 people, and he goes,
Do you get asked
"Hey,"
for weed or cocaine more?
I get asked for weed so much more. It's crazy.
After last week.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, especially now. I'm still.
I watched
I'm
that
still
again,
high.
and like your face, literally, after the moment it happens, your eyes go, and they just drop,
I
and they
haven't
kind of
watched
gloss
it
over. It's
that far
great.
yet.
I just got over the panic attack yesterday, and but as I was re-listening to it, I was like, I was very.
Shout out to Shay. Shay, we had a great time
Oh,
with
it was
you.
a good time. Thanks
It
for
was a
getting me
very much fun.
very
Sorry that
high.
Shay hit you, or that Paxton got high and was like, so B calculus.
Yeah.
What is the circumference of a bee stinger at juvenile, adult,
Hey,
and death?
So listen, so funny story about that. I got real high off of a half a hit, off of an Elon Musk hit, right?
Oh, I mean, if you don't ever smoke, that'll get you.
Okay, so we're drinking the honey drinks, but he's pouring the honey from a gallon jug that is unlabeled.
Did we talk about this last week?
And I'm not realizing that it's that hot yet.
Oh, you didn't realize it was that hot?
I got super high and I crushed 5 drinks, right?
That
I
was-
took the last sip of my 5th drink and I go, oh, that's really spicy, right? I woke up the next day,
crazy
nearly
heartburn.
hospitalized.
Oh, man.
My ulcer came all the way back. It was like, what's happening, P? It's
like,
been a long
honey,
time, buddy.
You're getting me honey. Thank you. I revived.
You ask very in-depth questions when you're high.
Yeah, dude. You were like,
So we didn't prep poor Shay for it at all. And
yeah. Shay was like, huh?
I took
like,
a hit of weed. I was like, so per ounce,
per acre, what per ounce metric do you get honey? So speaking of not knowing that honey was hot, I don't know. We didn't bring this up last week. So Shay comes by my house a couple days before the podcast. I'm going to do some ribs, cooking ribs for Sunday for Super Bowl and selling meat, whatever. Hit me up for your meat needs.
Hey.
Oh, didn't mean it like that, but maybe I did.
Hey, where the chicks at,
I'm
man?
feeling confident.
I can fulfill
got
their
my actual working
meat
headphones
needs.
back. So he leaves this. I mean, it's a half gallon of honey at my house, unlabeled, and he leaves 3 bottles of hot honey that we all got in the
Yeah.
podcast. So I'm assuming that's the hot honey. Then he comes to help me do the ribs. We just drench the ribs in honey. No one mentions it. So I make.
We do meat together.
We're all hungover on Monday, so I'm like, I need some green tea with a lot of honey. So I take that big container of honey, and I
Your
am
big ounce there with no markings.
and I'm squeezing that like it's my first date. And I am just, and I mean, I literally, if this is my cup of tea, the
Yeah.
tea is only here, but when I hit the honey, it goes up like 30%. I take a big fat sip of tea fire, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I like hot stuff, but when you don't think you're gonna,
If you're not ready
when,
for it,
when you
you
think you're
don't
drinking
know.
sweet tea and you get unsweet tea,
Yeah.
it's bad. When you think you're drinking regular honey and it's honey made from the smoke of Satan's anus, it is not good.
Scotch bonnet, not a baby's bonnet, a Scotch bonnet.
Hey.
So I was sipping my drinks and
Speaking of drinks, what do we have this week?
Tito's and soda, or
Tito's
Sveka and soda.
Sveka
yeah.
and soda and Sveka and emergency with my fancy lime wheel on
We
top
got lime
of mine.
wheels. His works better than mine.
Yeah, mine goes through the crack in the back of the air hole.
So I was sipping the drinks, but they had like lime juice and sodas and all this other extra shit in it.
Organic soda.
So then, after I got very high, and I was having a small panic attack, I just took the very big last sip out of my last cup, and all the honey had settled to the bottom.
So you got all the hot honey.
I took a 4-ounce shot of hot honey,
Nice. I took about an 8-ounce shot of hot honey, so I know how you feel.
and then
On my nose.
and then I immediately, when I woke up the next day, I was like, this hospital.
I'm taking that with me when I leave too, because you're not. Gonna
Please
use
do,
that.
yeah, because it's in an unmarked bottle. I mean,
I'm gonna leave it on my counter and not tell people about it. So when it decides to get some honey one day, I'm like, ha ha ha.
that'll be the fifth person this week that's gotten tricked by
Get burned by
damn
the hot
thing.
honey. So yeah, we're drinking some generic ass drinks because it's just us. It's back to the OG crew.
Back to the OG
Back to the
crew,
boys.
yeah. And I took yesterday off work.
So we're all bright
So
and
I'm
shiny.
fresh as a
I know,
daisy.
went
I'm
and
not.
saw you too, damn it.
I'm not hungover. So I wanted to tell this quick story before you get to the sports because
yeah, well, I got some other stuff too.
we did mention it was President's Day, and it reminded me of going to the post office one time, and I overheard this lady talking to some guy, and it was on Columbus Day, but she was like, have you heard they're going to change it to Indigenous Peoples Day? Like, what the hell? Like, what's the point? Or something. She was like,
was it Caitlin?
she was super upset about it. And I was like,
People
does
got really mad about that.
I was like, does she think Christopher Columbus is not Catalonian Spanish?
Yeah.
And that he came to the U.S. and then left? You know what I mean?
Yeah, he
Like,
was-
how American is the non-American Christopher
come on, he
Columbus?
drove from California back around.
She was so
Some people
butthurt.
got real heated about that. It's
Should
like,
they-
look, it's okay. It's
Who
not.
gives a shit? You know what else I don't give a shit about? Eminem taking a knee while he's rapping.
Well, like you said, his
You
arms are
knew
heavy.
he was
His
going
knees
to
are
do that.
I didn't know anything, and I don't give a shit.
I
any
think,
fucking
but the thing
way.
is he? Here's the question: was he kneeling in support of Colin Kaepernick, or was he kneeling to just bow down to Dr. Dre, who is, in my mind, the greatest producer of all time?
Or was he doing the Tim Tebow? Is he a man of God?
He was not doing the Tim Tebow. Eminem, known to be so religious, never said anything sacrilegious. in his
huge
whole
Jesus guy, Eminem.
Huge Jesus
Huge
guy.
Jesus guy.
life. He loved Jesus sexually. So, speaking of things you take a knee for, we're gonna do a little news of the weird here.
Okay.
It's not weird. It's violent as fuck.
Okay, nice.
Get it.
Palm Springs.
Florida.
It's got to be right.
Got to be right.
Palm Springs, Florida. A woman was arrested on first-degree murder after she stabbed her husband 140 times. Actually, it says more than 140 times.
Jeez.
Once you get to 100, I would just say more than 100. But
Yeah,
whatever.
But it bludgeoned him to death with a meat cleaver. Ricardo Green, 41, called the cops, found his stepfather Melvin Weller lying on the floor in a pool of blood. Green said he appeared to be dead.
Wow.
I wonder if he in a pool of blood with 140 stab
appeared.
wounds.
Excuse me. That gentleman appears to be dead. What is
There
that?
was
A
blood.
puddle of Kool-Aid?
He was in the kitchen, and there's blood everywhere, all over the cabinets, all over the place. His wife was lying in the bedroom, 61 years old Joan Burke, alert and conscious but remained mute. I'm assuming it's because she stabbed somebody 140 times.
When do you think he died during the stabbing? After like 20?
73. Science, bro.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Depends on where he was stabbed. So they said that there was cleaning tools on the floor next to the body. So she tried to kind of straighten up some and was like,
I'd give up pretty quick, too. I
Yeah.
think.
Get the blood on her nice rug.
and
not Graham's
autopsy
drug?
revealed 140, and then a skull fracture from the blow to the right rear of his head. She did take her bloodstained clothes and her cell phone and put it in a plastic bag on the kitchen counter, though.
There you go.
She's just gathering it for the police officer.
As you do.
She had lacerations on both her hands, which is you get when you stab the bejesus out of somebody,
Yeah.
apparently. Got blood on the handle? Yeah, no shit. And at the end of this, there is a great picture in this article of, you on me?
No, I will be.
There's a great picture in this article of Shaq looking disappointed as hell in this whole situation. I don't know why. It just cracked me the hell up. But yeah, so what do you think caused her to stab him
Well,
140 times?
I can nearly guarantee what it is: domestic abuse.
Yeah, but
Domestic abuse?
If you're stabbing
you
someone-
have to deserve it if you get stabbed that many times.
Because crazy people get tired.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, if you're just purely insane and you want to kill someone, you kill them, and then you're like, all right, they're dead.
Well, and the cell phone was there. Maybe she found something in that cell phone and was like,
no one gets stabbed 142 times or more.
She probably stabbed him 3 times, and then once he died, she was like, 1 for every time.
Oh,
you hit
right.
me, motherfucker.
April 15th, 1976. You know what I mean? Like,
well, that's why she had a cell phone out. She was taking her
damn,
notes.
she had her
She
notes
took her
on her
notes
cell phone every
with a
time.
picture associated with all the wounds she got.
Yeah, because I
The
mean,
meat cleaver, though, that's the move.
and
meat
the thing,
cleaver?
people that are crazy though, they'll stab and go. You know what I mean? She
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, yeah. I mean, if there's no further information, she was probably like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker.
Have you ever stabbed anybody?
And then myself.
I've stabbed
we all
myself.
stabbed
too.
ourselves.
My first drum kit I ever bought for myself, it came in boxes, and I was just super excited to get it open, and it was the kick drum box, so it's a
So
pretty
you
big
cut
box.
right towards yourself, huh?
I took a flathead screwdriver, and I was trying to run
was hoping it was
along
gonna
the
be a
thing
That's a lot of blunt
but
force.
between my ribs. Wha-bam!
Oh.
I was like, I couldn't play drums for like a month because I couldn't move my left
You had
arm.
to look
I
at it and
stabbed
be like,
myself.
Go there and kick it, just hit the kick drum.
But no, I've never stabbed anyone. Have you? besides myself?
No, not at all. Why would I?
Okay,
say that?
yeah.
You know
Maybe
what?
you have on Patreon.
I'll dox myself a little bit here.
Okay.
This
After
was.
he Googles the statute of limitations.
I tell you what. I'm not
That's
going to
what
talk.
you're for. You're supposed to be
I'm
doing
not
it.
going to talk about it here.
Okay.
But on Patreon, I will bring up who I stabbed.
Okay.
And why.
Okay. I like this.
The second time I stabbed
Spicy.
someone.
Oh, okay.
The first time I was in the 3rd grade and I stabbed a kid with a pencil.
I stabbed.
talking shit.
I stabbed a buddy with a pencil.
I went and sharpened it first, though.
Premeditated.
Premeditated.
You better check the statute on that.
Yeah.
Because that's first degree right
First
there.
degree stabbings.
First degree aggravated assault
I
by
know this guy,
number
Brian
2.
Nichols. I think you know him too. He got
Yeah.
stabbed with a spoon. You got to imagine you got to beat somebody to get a spoon in
If
their
you
skin.
can penetrate with a spoon,
You're pissed.
you are mad.
You're just trying to get a scoop of skin. I guess.
So this week I started doing kettlebells again, and I'm going to tell you exactly why.
I can't. I'm so thin. I watched the video of us yesterday. I was like, I'm gonna go back to the first one, and
Yeah.
I've lost 15 pounds because I can't because of this tendonitis.
well, I'm
broken
super
ribs and
fat,
stuff.
and I noticed
you
it.
look great.
So here's the thing. I was trying to do this thirst post.
Shut up, Vinny, with your scrawny
right?
ass.
So I set up my camera and I put it on video, and I went because I wanted to pretend I was wearing a shirt, but I just wanted to, put my ass on screen for a thirst post, as you do. But that wasn't my original idea. My original idea was to Diplo upon the wall in my room and have the Patreon.
Is that called the Diplo?
Okay, the Diplo is where you put your legs up.
That's called the Diplo.
Yeah, Diplo. You put your I learned this from a very close friend, Austin. You put your legs up on the wall and then you twerk.
This is a good room for it.
And then you
Kinda
pop your pussy, right?
Okay.
So my fat ass, my jelly ass with my weak fucking arms, I tried to get my legs up, and I was there for like 8 seconds, and I came right down.
Oh, really?
It felt good.
And I was like, I'm such a fat piece of shit. I immediately dropped what I was doing.
You started
I picked up a
kettlebells?
35-pound kettlebell and started doing Turkish get-ups.
You're like, I gotta get going here. I gotta get going here.
Then I texted Austin. I was like, hey, I need some tips on like the first
how to
steps
Diplo?
I need to take so that I can get this Diplo going. So,
You do a half Diplo.
so I've exercised at least once a day doing something, whether it be
get ready
cardio
for
or
the Diplo?
strength.
Just so
ever
you can
since.
wall twerk.
Guys, it's coming. Pastor's gonna get swole and Diplo on us. Dude,
Whenever you see that Diplo,
my neighbor Darlene, shout
You
out
need to
Darlene.
document the process.
I'm gonna pop my pussy so hard.
My neighbor Darlene is the kettlebell queen. She does like
Yeah, yeah.
75-pound Turkish get-ups. And
Yeah,
she's
I
like
s-
5'3" maybe.
I saw it on a video. I was like, because my biggest kettlebell is 35 pounds. She's in there with like a 65 kg kettlebell.
Yeah, just
doing Turkish
God,
get-ups.
She's a beast. She's a beast at that, man.
So I will document a few of the. I'm gonna each day, or not each day, but each time I think about it, I'm gonna try and pop my legs up and just hold a plank for a
I
little
like
bit.
to work out 4 to 5 days a week.
Yeah.
And I broke my ribs before the trip to Mexico, so I had some problems there. Then all that 3 weeks of celebrating. Then I got tendonitis in my arm because of not because of what you think, but just because of various life, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm old. I played sports my whole
You
life.
are old, yes.
And so it gets better. And one night we'll just call him Winnie. Gets me to play.
Somebody does call me that.
Yeah, she does. So, yeah, and so gets me to play
She's
Fortnite.
German.
I don't have headphones, so I have to hold my remote right here so I can hear myself talk. Well, I do that about 4 hours, and we're drinking and smoking weed and stuff.
Does this
and I
do you
wake up
play
and I'm
bass
like,
up here?
"Ah, my
He gets
arm."
hurt playing video games.
Dude, everybody gets it's carpal tunnel. You get from video games too.
There's the easy joke.
So
Oh, I
if
bet
you
you were
ex- if
jerking off, weren't you?
If you exercise, you'll get injuries, Vinny. If you don't exercise, you'll just look like Vinny.
I look
But he
great.
didn't hurt himself playing video games.
I'm so
'Cause he doesn't
handsome, y'all don't
exercise.
even
What
put
were
me on
you?
camera.
What video game were you playing?
Fortnite.
For,
We're getting good though. I can't believe how much I'm playing Fortnite.
glad.
But
Has do people call you by the wrong name at all? Like even like
on Fortnite.
Yeah, like at the bar. Like my name's Charlie Classic now. I don't know if you knew that.
CC.
CC.
Charlie Classic.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
I
CC.
thought you were gonna be CC like Clint
Clint Clean.
Carrington.
Clint Carrington. That's got to be somebody out there. I don't have a lot of nicknames.
Well,
I get called King.
I
Clint, or
I get
Cl-
I just
Clint?
get mistaken for people. Obviously I get mistaken for Wink all the time. But Caitlin Burns, she was
That's
leaving.
so bad.
She was leaving the ISB the other day, and
I
she
know
goes.
because Caitlin Burns and Wing.
I was telling her about Charlie Classic. She goes, Charlie Classic? I've never heard anyone call you that. I was like, yeah, no, it's crazy. She goes, well, I was walking out of the ISB the other day, and some chick yells at me. She goes, hey, Axel, check out my freshly shaved pussy. And she pulled her pants down, but she pulled her pants down below her ass.
No one ever does that to me.
What?
She goes, I guess I'm Axel now.
There's a Charlie Classic Facebook page that has 1 million likes.
That's me, Charlie Classic. Let's
Charlie
go.
Classic.
Hey, follow Charlie Classic.
Oh my God! There's a picture of this man, and
I've
it
got
is
a million nicknames.
Okay, bro.
For my nickname.
For your next, yeah.
Vinny is my nickname.
okay.
Oh right, yeah.
All right, so
You're
kinda
Vincenzo
look,
to me.
You
Yeah,
kind of
see?
look like this guy, like not It's not far off.
No, that's
Do you think
that's pretty good?
that's
Back in
great?
the
Yeah,
day-
get that on camera, please.
We can find a better
Charlie
picture of
Classic in the house.
Hold on,
like it's almost doppelganger.
I mean, if I
status.
put a hat on backwards and
trying to
trimmed
find it.
my beard,
like, could that one be you?
I mean, kinda. I used to have a
Okay,
bigger
look.
gap in my
All
teeth
right.
before I got a new tooth.
All right, so this could kind of be Charlie
Yeah,
Classic.
it's a little glare on it. You can see it.
Wow. We'll post some pictures of Charlie Classic on the Instagram.
You do have like similar facial.
I know. That's why it's kind of freaking me out now.
Maybe
Actually,
this guy thought you were him, and look, can we pretend you're him?
Yeah. I'm Charlie Classic for the until
But
we
he's
get
got some great
500.
posts. Kanye
Start
attitude
posting
with
his Charlie
great feelings.
Classic till he sends us an NDA.
We're tagging Charlie Classic in everything now.
You did bet your damn ass I'm gonna shake Charlie Classic in this next week.
Charlie Classic.
The old
Where are the
Charlie
chicks at, man? So you got a sports update for us?
So yeah.
Get it over with, Boba Fett.
Oh, he's ready.
Let's go, Boba Fett. Let's go, Django.
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
As we all know, it's been 6 weeks since Georgia won the national championship. Yeah.
Oh, that we all know.
That we all know.
We've all been keeping a very close count.
Yeah. So, I haven't. So
Seems like yesterday.
I finally got my national championship shirts a few weeks ago, and
Oh, see, man, they all kind of. You wore it over here today, and you go, "I'm going to talk about this shirt today." I was like, "Oh, you have a Georgia shirt? Yeah, everyone has like 5." I didn't even read that it said national champions.
well, I've
on
got
there.
one that's got the state of Georgia split in half, and half is blue and half is red, so it's half Braves, half Georgia.
Oh, word, yeah.
But I've seen that one a lot, so I like this one. So this one actually has meaning to every part of this. So we have right up here is the top of Lucas Oil Stadium. This is the view of Indianapolis from Lucas Oil Stadium, where Georgia won the national championship in 2022. This is the national championship title, obviously. This is the state of Georgia. Oh, no, this is national championship football, sorry. Down here, we have 3 spikes for the 3 national championships Georgia has won, 2 black spikes for the national championships they have gone to and not won. Bullshit. Tyler Simmons on side. The silver for the silver breeches that Georgia wears, because that shit's dope as hell. And then, of course, the Power G logo.
And the
Let's go,
stripe
Dogs.
down the middle of the pants too.
Yeah. See? What kind of thought went into this? And obviously, if you can
And
see,
it's a dog collar.
and it's a dog collar, because we all need a dog collar. Paxton needs a dog collar with coffee in it right now.
Oh, hey, what's up? What were we talking about?
So Peacemaker, too. Look, shout out to Peacemaker. If you haven't seen it, it is violent, funny, bloody.
It's on
hilarious.
HBO Max.
It's on HBO Max, and it is great.
One of
Which-
the best shows I've ever
Which
seen.
HBO Max, if you don't know, it's really hard to turn the subtitles off on. If you don't want them.
We got some
It
subtitle
is
talk
not
today.
a user-friendly watching
I-
app at
no.
all.
All my other apps on my TV will click right through, like Netflix, boom, 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 YouTube, da da da.
Yeah.
When I start clicking on HBO Max, it's like 1, 2, 3, click. 1, 2, 3.
So
It
you're
still
using
so
buffers,
slow.
like
So
while you
see, I
watch
use it on a
sometimes.
PS5, and it flies.
Oh, see, I have a Fire Stick, like Amazon Fire Stick. It sucks. It's
Oh, that's
terrible.
why-
I have
why.
to stream it from my phone because I'm still stealing my
Shout out to V,
girlfriend's
thanks, man. I had
HBO.
PS5 and it works fantastic.
Oh, wow, great.
But Peacemaker, look, you would love it. You don't have to know anything about comics to appreciate how great this show is. An eagle hugs a man, okay?
Oh,
Twice.
what comic?
It's a DC comic. There's
okay,
James Gunn, who did Guardians of the Galaxy
Yeah,
1,
yeah,
2,
yeah,
and
yeah,
3 is
yeah.
coming out soon. And then he did Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
It was on
yeah.
HBO Max that you probably didn't
No,
watch,
uh-uh.
which is also awesome.
I don't. So I read graphic novels. I have a lot of graphic novels, and I have some comic books. Like I read The Tick.
That's what's up.
I read like weird
Yeah.
ones, but like I don't. I
loved
like
The Tick
graphic
back in the
novels
day.
better than.
So did I.
Because it was X-Men and the Tick on Saturday morning.
But the
Spider-Man.
The Tick was such a good cartoon back in the day, and the guy who did it was David Puddy from Seinfeld. He's like,
Yeah.
Hey, Peter.
That guy
He also does.
That guy's done more voice acting than he's done physical acting.
Oh,
He's-
100%,
He's not a
yeah.
bad-looking guy.
He's
Joe
a tall-
Swanson.
he's a tall, handsome
He's Joe
dude.
Swanson from Family Guy.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Peter.
I thought that was Patrick Warburton
Is it? look it up.
and
look it up.
Family
look,
Guys.
Look it up,
Patrick
Jamie.
Warburton and the Tick.
I don't know.
thought it was.
Hey, Peter. I don't know.
The important thing is Cleveland a black guy? Because
No, he's not.
he is now.
Is
Hi,
he?
Peter.
Oh, do that again?
Hey, Peter. How
That
you
is
doing?
a really good.
I just
Cleveland.
got to go to see, talk to the red over here.
I don't
make
do.
sure
I don't
it's
do really
okay.
good
You a dear
imitations. I did.
Quagmire.
I love Cleveland.
Oh no.
Well,
That's
Akash
too
Singh, he was
Bruce.
like, "Why y'all canceling a poo, man?" He was like, "That's."
That guy was great.
He was like, "That dude's the American dream. He comes over and overcharges white people for
Yeah,
comic
he
goods.
was so-
that's the Indian American dream.
He
Why
was
y'all
so good
canceling
about
that
him in the
shit?"
American Dream. He was like, "Come on, man, guys, this is awesome." And I was like, "I like you, buddy. I like you." Well, guys, we're going to take a little break. All right.
Locked and cocked.
Hot
Every time
and
we get back from the break, it's always time for.
Oh shit, it's the Karen of the week. It's the Karen of the week. Oh shit.
Like your new cocktail I made you?
Yeah, it's
Called Revenge of the Celery.
I've got a few lemon swirls in here.
Those are limes.
Uh-uh.
We didn't get hot.
I said lemon, okay?
Stop it.
I said lemon.
We were in freaking in the Dominican. I was like, hey, I would like I would like some limes. They show up with lemons. I'm like, no, limes. So bring them to be cut. I'm like, I would like uncut limes. They come up with a lemon. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm gonna kill you for this.
It is very confusing. Lemon,
Also, what does the C
lemon.
and the F mean on the on the bathroom faucet? Celsius and Fahrenheit.
Oh yeah, I was like, do we have that right? Because I wrote down cups and plates when I first moved in here, so that me and my-
Yeah, I like you have your whole kitchen labeled.
It looked
I'll
like-
ask you what something is, and I'll go, never mind. it's
Yeah,
right here.
exactly, because it says cups right there.
I haven't organized my kitchen my entire life. Charlotte comes over, my
Oh,
mom or my
and
aunts,
yeah.
somebody puts stuff where it goes. But last time my aunts came by, average height of 5'3", and so like there's a cabinet above my sink that I put all kinds of crap in.
For some reason, everything's under the
It was
sink.
like casserole dishes. And I'm like, I gotta use this. So I moved everything over there and over there. Like that's all the stuff I use all the time because I'm tall.
Well, at least they're not Karens about it.
One of them used to be, but not anymore.
Well, so I've discovered, and I've heard people talk about this phone application before. It's called Nextdoor.
Oh, I've heard of Nextdoor.
Yeah, because you and I were chatting on the phone the other night, and you heard some police, or like you next to the school or the police station
So it was at the school. It was some sort of alarm.
that kept going, "You
Yeah,
are
it kept-
trespassing."
Yeah, it's like attention, attention.
So
You
you were
are
like,
in
"Hey,
an
I'm going to
alarm."
look on Nextdoor." Well, anyway,
I kept looking on Nextdoor and I never heard anything.
well,
I wonder if I can.
so Allie was looking on Nextdoor for something unrelated to this. What are you listening to?
I'm trying to see if you can hear it. You can't.
Hear what? Oh, hear the.
I tried to record it. My dog did not like it. He didn't go to bed until 3 a.m.
Oh well. So she was looking on Nextdoor for an unrelated thing, but this little nugget of Karen and Darrenicity
It is.
popped
It
up.
might as well be called Karen Door.
It might
is
as well
bad.
be Karen Door because I mean it is Cuck City and Karen City. It is
That's
for the
that's the fifth member of
it
Harry
is,
Potter's
it
Karen
is for
Door.
the dickless. So a gentleman named Gordon Matthews goes, "Where was the band playing loudly Friday night at 1 a.m.? Somewhere along Highway 80. What happened to our noise ordinance?" So then some twat.
That's on Tybee, right?
Yeah. It's some twat named Jan Will. "Did you call it in? Then it can be addressed." And then someone else goes, "I think it was Huckapoos, spelled with a K." So if you're going to implicate, if you're going to try and implicate a place for
That you can
fucking
easily
whatever,
Google.
Huckapoos with a K. It's actually with a C. Cindy, thank you very much. And then
Cindy with a K?
And then a person,
Kindy?
and then a David Turner says, "Why should we have to? Why are they not following the rules? I guess it doesn't apply to them because city officials visit there."
City officials visit everywhere.
I'm like, what city? Every city official goes to every place down here
Yeah,
on fucking
yeah,
Tybee. I'm
pretty
fucking
much.
sorry. So then, friend and listener Jim Glass, he was like, "Hey man, when they do a lot for the community, whatever." He shouldn't have even felt the need to speak for it
Right,
at
but,
all,
you know,
whatever.
But that's Jim.
But that's Jim. He's like, "Hey man, y'all chill."
And shout out to Jim for rocking the behind the BarCast shirt in the bar the other night.
And for standing up, being like, "Hey man, Huckapoos is a cool place. Like, don't
Yeah.
misinterpret
And,
what's
like,
happening."
It's not like y'all are
We
playing
are
like
the community.
Yeah,
not
you're not playing
exactly.
fucking tourists.
Exactly.
You're not playing bad music there. You
Yeah.
know, sometimes it's bad, but it's not loud when it's bad.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and it's like 1
It's a
o'clock. So
seven-piece banjo band.
don't live next to a fucking bar.
Yeah,
you know,
don't move next to a bar.
So
and
Jim's like,
complain
"Hey
about it.
man, they do stuff for the community, whatever." You know, he doesn't have to do it, but he was defending the.
So I
he
look
was
at Nextdoor every
Yeah.
morning. Like,
Can I
look at
finish the
my
story?
email.
Can,
I'm sorry.
can I finish?
No.
Can I finish? Can I finish?
Please finish.
Can I
I'm
finish?
trying to pull in the Darren part here.
So then the guy goes, "Well, Al Capone did a lot for the community as well."
And what did he get for it?
was
Syphilis?
he was still a lawbreaker. So I was like, "Jim, you missed an opportunity. You could have been like, hey, David Matthew, or let me get his name right." This
Everyone
fucking-
loved Al
this-
Capone except
this
the police,
fucking
right?
And syphilis.
Oh, really?
Yeah, isn't that what killed him?
He should have said to David Turner, "Hey, David, why don't you go stick your little pecker in the garbage disposal?" Oh, wait, you
won't
don't
fit.
have a pecker because you're a fucking cuck on Nextdoor. We had another guy on Nextdoor be like, "Are there no rules of Huckapoos?" I smelt weed while I was there. I was like,
It's decriminalized. So
I was like,
It's decriminalized on Tybee.
I smoked weed the other day. I don't know if you guys
Okay,
knew that.
yeah.
But yeah, so just looking through
I smoke weed all the time downtown. I'm like,
looking through
So do
Nextdoor,
I.
it is Karen Door, it is Cuck Door, it is a haven.
It's so I don't
For
ever,
people who don't matter.
I've never once contributed to any post, comment on anything.
Yeah.
I've liked one post one time, but like I just look at it and I'm like, ugh, people just suck. But it'll be like, did you see this? Or like, what up with these gas prices? If Joe Biden,
It's
Yeah.
still
like,
my favorite when people blame the president for gas prices.
yeah, it's ridiculous to me. So like, but like it'll be stuff. And those
It's like
posts,
we're a bald guy
but
wearing
see,
a
those
hairnet.
posts though, I'll see it in the email, and I'll be like, oh cool, click on it. I want to see all this dumb shit in the comment section. Deleted posts. I'm like, damn it.
Damn it, yeah.
But I
'Cause
did
it
use
seems
so
like it's just complained
when I had
or-
the neighbors with the shitty kids that got in my yard, I looked that guy up on Nextdoor.
Yeah.
And you can go to their account and see what their posts are or whatever.
Yeah.
And you can see him being like, kids coming in my yard. I'm like, that's why those kids don't look at me anymore, because their dad was like, I'd have shot your ass.
Oh, right. The
But
thing
you can see what
is,
anybody does. Like Nikki gets involved in it constantly.
Yeah. Well, people
are like,
look
there's
on
a
there-
cat in the street that got hit.
I've mostly heard of people looking on there to find out something that's been happening in the neighborhood. Like, hey, did y'all
Like
hear
I
the
did
car
other night.
crash
Yeah.
last night?
I've
Like the other
never
night, I
seen
wanted
it.
to
Or
see
whatever.
Never been on.
Like when
But
Frank,
any
when Frank died, it was like, hey, there's
Yeah.
a car accident here. you know.
Yeah.
Those kinds of things are great. But next
But when you
door
get
is
on
like,
there, as soon as you scroll down 1 second, it's like,
There's-
why do they think they can have a fire in their backyard? What do they think this is? A fire?
There's some
place?
contractor who's getting called out constantly for being a thief, and they keep being like, "Oh, this guy got me again." I'm like, "You go next door, keeps hitting people. He got you twice, you dumbass, Karen." Those are people. One of them was like, "There's a phone scam going around. Be careful." Lady, it's not a neighborhood phone scam. Okay? It's an international thing. You
I
Nigerian.
know it's so
shit.
weird the way people use certain like I'm not on Nextdoor, but like a lot of Facebook groups, you know what I mean. Besides like the it's not even like trolling. It'll be like Savannah Connections, and it'll be like it'll be someone like, hey, anyone needs a roofer? It's like, nah, man, this is about where to go to like eat at restaurants and
but
shit like that.
yeah, but see, the Nextdoor is good for that. Like, you know, had this roofer, he did a great job. This guy did a good job. It is helpful in some ways. I've never actually had to use it for anything other than being like, what's this douchebag up to?
That's what I'm saying. But
like,
everyone looks on there to see like what happened.
It's funny to see Nikki on there being like calm and docile about stuff, though. But like one of her cats got kicked or something, and she was like, you know, my cat. Somebody kicked my cat. It's got this and this. And they're like, keep your cats out of the street.
What?
All right, one asshole. Cats go where they want to. Two, you know what cats do? The most handy shit in the world.
Yeah.
They kill fucking rats.
Yeah, they kill fucking rats.
When rats spread disease.
And guess what you are? You're a fucking rat.
You are a freaking rat.
If you're on Nextdoor and you're going, hey, what's there, blah, 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 you're a fucking cuck
Yeah.
rat. You're a crap.
You're a craphead. So
And you know what a female cuck is now, though, right?
No.
It's a puck.
A puck?
Yeah, pussy and cuck.
I was like, are you finding a creative way to say F word?
It's a puck, motherfucker.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Do you have any Karens or
That count
Darrens?
is on 7,000.
Do you have Karens or Darrens, or do you have positives?
I've got a couple things.
Okay, got a couple things.
Well,
I want
let's
to
go.
first off, let's start with the good stuff, right?
Yeah,
Wanna go
yeah.
good first.
Start with the good
I want to give
stuff.
a positive shout out to the book club fair that was in town this week. So it's a book club festival every year
I
this
saw
time
it.
of year. It's 2 weeks. It's 3 weeks before St. Patrick's Day or 4 weeks, whatever.
Okay.
And so they're great customers because people that drink books do what? Drink books.
People that drink
I
books.
think you've been drinking books tonight, buddy.
It sounds like a.
You
I
got
told
a
you I
lot
had
of
books
hot
in the
honey.
fridge. It's that peanut butter I ate earlier. So people that read books drink wine, and they drink good wine usually because they read books about good wine. So I got in my section at work, I get the primo section with the big table. So I had 8 to 10 tops all week. Great customers, great
Yeah.
wine, a little finicky. One
You
table.
can be finicky if you tip.
One
though.
table, they were discussing. It was 10 o'clock. It's it's time to go. We're closed. Last table in the restaurant. And they're like, "Oh, when do you usually go to bed?" And one guy's like, "Oh, between 10 and 12." One couple goes, "About 7:30." And I'm like, and I want to chime in and go, "What in the?" Write it down. Fuck are you doing when you wake up at 4 in the morning? He
Yeah.
goes, I like to get up and watch the paper get delivered and then read it right then. And I'm like,
What?
you
What?
loser.
Wow. There is an
You want
internet.
to see that shitty Mustang roll up and throw your paper at the front door?
Do they even? I didn't even know papers were delivered anymore because they're used to the last.
I mean, I'm sure they should be using drones.
The
at
last paper I ever saw was like a penny saver, and
Yeah,
that's like
they
the.
still deliver those. There's probably a wet one in your driveway.
They quit coming to my neighborhood a long time ago. Once I complained about them on Nextdoor.
Oh, he was throwing newspapers in my mailbox. He hit my Grim Reaper.
He was playing Paperboy. He thought it was a damn NES around this neighborhood.
They're great at customers, but their negative Karen aspect is driving through downtown. Saturday, I'm going to Charleston. It took me 27 minutes from East Broad to MLK to get there because of all the traffic.
Well, there was a big concert downtown, too.
Yeah, we'll get
no,
there.
there wasn't.
We'll get there.
Wait a minute. So do they have like
They have the squares blocked off.
They have booths outside.
You can only go
and,
east
like-
west. Yeah, the booths and squares. You only go
Straight
east
by the
west.
Jepson, so on
Yeah. So
State
that's why
Street. State Street was like blocked off.
When I got on Oglethorpe at East Broad, you can kind of see all the way down.
Yeah.
But there's cars everywhere. So I got the dog in the car. So I'm like, I'm going to drop the top, enjoy this, cut through some. No. Nothing. No, it took me. Usually I cut left to go down Taylor to get
You're
up.
like all these motherfuckers drinking books. I can't even drive down
I know.
drive
They're
through my
drunk on
own
books.
city.
I've got another positive shout out.
Okay, nice. I like this. Let's get some positivity. in
Yeah,
here.
this is
enjoyable.
This is a very positive shout. I want to shout out my friend Paxton.
Hey, what
We're
have I done?
smoking some weed.
It was awesome.
It was so positive.
So
Until he became a Darren, it was like Shay.
So,
So
like,
what
what
is the chemical-
circumference do bees travel over
If
the
you give me
span
a-
of
The chemical symbol of
37
honey,
days?
upside down in Latin.
if you get me high, I'm gonna ask the tough questions.
But positively,
man.
you did not have a panic attack on the air.
Yeah.
At one point, I was so high though, because we're smoking blunts. Like, and if you've never smoked a blunt in a long time,
Yeah, yeah.
I was real. I was like, oh,
Well, what I
shit.
did was I took a big hit and I was like, I shouldn't have done that, so I blew out half of it before I inhaled the rest of it. And even then, I was like, that was still too much. I think, like immediately.
Oh, your face is like.
But then, like, I started to
Your
set
eyes
up.
go down, and
Yeah.
they go right back up. Like, uh-oh, what have I done to myself?
Like he realized his eyes sank.
I started to settle in a little bit, and then, like I said, I started chugging the drink. So once I got like to the fourth drink, I was like, you know what, man, I'm fine,
See,
man.
the thing is, so y'all don't know this, but a little behind the scenes stuff here. Vinny and I travel from off island, so each week we alternate who drives. So the other person, like Vinny's having 2 beers today. I'm having all
100
I'm drinking,
Svedkas.
I'm
You're drinking
drinking
books.
all the
We
books I
rotate
can.
our
I'm drinking
drunkenness.
mad books. And so last Monday was my time to drive, and I said we should have taken a cab. And we should have because we got done. I was like, I need a few. Because we're high
yeah.
and we're drinking. And like I didn't drink much in the second half because I knew I had to drive. And we did 40 minutes of Patreon, which is off the chain. If you haven't seen it, it
Yeah.
is fantastic.
Oh, and we're gonna do another Patreon tonight, but we'll tease it at the end of.
Yeah, we're
at
gonna do
the
some
end
more
of this
restaurant
segment.
stories,
Yeah.
but it got sexy, saucy, and
Yeah, and I got some feedback from people there like I've never wanted to hear the Patreon more than when you lead in with something like that. you
Yeah,
know?
so, yeah,
So
please.
patreon.com/from behind the barcast, and you can
Teasers.
and
it
you
got
can get all of the
spicy,
stuff.
spicy, and it's gonna get spicy today. We're talking about some stabbings.
Yeah, tonight. Yeah,
spittings.
it's gonna be
We got
some stabbings tonight.
spittings, and wine theft.
How
Yeah,
much?
What
the
more can you
statute of limitations?
Oh yeah,
is
the wine
over.
theft.
We
oh
can
my
talk
God.
about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How much Olympics have you watched this year?
I've watched accidentally some figure skating.
Yeah.
Curling.
I watched
Yeah.
a little bit of curling.
Yeah. That guy's a legend.
But usually when I
apparently.
turn it on, it's like the thing I don't want to watch the most.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like outdoor
Well,
freezing.
I've been trying to watch it at work, but okay, so now NBC, once they try and put it behind a paywall of Peacock,
It's on Peacock all the time, but
lose your entire
you
listenership.
can watch on NBC at night, but not during the day.
Well, I'm trying to watch it at work, and I know it's in Tokyo or whatever, so we're completely on the
China-
other side of the
China,
world.
you bastard.
Whatever.
They all look the
Why
same
did I
to you.
think it was Tokyo? I don't know. Anyways,
You sensitive prick.
Wow, wow! You put shrimp sauce. You put shrimp sauce on your sushi, don't you? You put shrimp sauce on your sushi.
no, I don't even mix the wasabi into the soy sauce either. Okay.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay.
All right. So the Olympics are happening in another country. That is not the U.S.
It's
That's
12
all
hours.
that matters.
It's a 12-hour
brother.
difference too,
Yeah.
so it's like the worst.
So I've been trying to put them on while I'm at work, and it's never on. But I'll be at home, and Peacock's trying to hand it to me. So I was putting it every time I
Wait,
put
do
it
you
on.
have Peacock?
No. But
okay.
Peacock recommends it. It's like, hey, Peacock, hey, Peacock, hey.
Look at my feathers.
It's peacocking. Yeah, exactly. So every time I put it on at work, it's like figure skating or, not even curling, nothing interesting. Or like cross-country skiing, which it's like, he's got another 80 km to go.
That's what I was watching, and it was like, all right, so on this part of the stretch,
Well,
they
some
don't just win
dude,
this.
I overhear some dude, he's like, why even try and watch the Winter Olympics? That's rich people sports. He's like, I don't care about the Winter Olympics. Which one?
It really is though.
It kind of is. It's skiing. Rich people ski.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I bet
snowboarding
curling
good.
is not a cheap sport to get
But
into.
back in the day, it was.
Yeah.
It was just sliding a rock on
But
ice.
now, but then I thought about it, I was like, think about the Summer Olympics. Poor kids can buy a soccer ball and kick it around.
anybody
Nigeria
can
can
run.
Anybody can run.
You can run and jump.
Anybody can run and throw something into a hoop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's
Ping
like
pong, baby.
those are the people's sports.
Yeah,
You know
can
what I mean?
twirl a ribbon around.
But like it's just like it's like hey,
Even
let's-
like with guns, like you have money to buy a rifle. I watched that one, and it was like the day before the blizzard, and this guy's out there. He's got a beard, and there's like icicles hanging on his beard. He's trying to load this like
BBs
2 millimeter thing, and it's like they're all like
Ralphie on
they're-
Christmas Story.
Yeah, they're all gonna have a hard time here. Oh, the woman's doing better. Yeah, I bet the women are doing better because they have smaller hands. So load this
Hey,
tiny bullet.
exactly. They have smaller
Women-
hands in Tokyo.
Women are usually better shooters than men.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
And stabbers.
And stabbers
Yeah.
barely, at least over 142.
speaking of stabbing, I want to go back to this one more time.
Okay.
So, back in the day, this is going to throw back. Bone Thugs and Harmony, right?
Uh-huh.
The first album,
Yes.
Thuggish Ruggish Bone.
Yes.
There was a girl at the end. And Tasha. Tasha got stabbed 34 times while she was pregnant.
Oh, no, what?
Who is Tasha?
It was the girl that was singing during Thuggish Ruggish Bone. And Tasha.
Oh,
Was her.
no.
She got stabbed 34 times while she was pregnant.
Oh, well, that's really nice.
It wasn't his baby.
At least it wasn't 100. Jesus
Wow.
This
Jones.
is the Chicago Olympics.
Okay, so anyways,
Sorry.
I thought I gaffed up by saying Tokyo earlier. This guy's.
I said I drank books, okay? I said I drank books. How you going to get over drinking books?
I've been here drinking books with my keister out here flapping in the
You gotta
wind.
put them in the blender for a while. A little bit of Kahlua. These are tasty words.
But I haven't watched. So yeah,
You watch anything?
So like I said, I haven't watched.
You watched what,
any,
curling, you said?
I watched a little bit of curling at work. I mean, I don't really watch much.
Do y'all
cable
have Peacock?
television.
They got full. They could probably have the full Monty.
Well, see, because we have DirecTV at Huckapoo's, and
That's what we
normally there's like a 24-hour channel of like, but I can't.
There's not one. You
No,
know,
I
you know who
couldn't
could have
find it.
found one? Rest in peace. JT would have found one.
Probably.
JT loves the Olympics and women's ice hockey.
Oh,
Go
okay.
USA! We are playing.
Are we playing ice hockey in these Olympics? I haven't. I've
The
literally.
Olympics is over.
The men. No, it's,
It's
not over.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yeah.
What?
No, it's the. No, it's not.
Come
Yes,
here
it
for
is.
all of your Olympics.
The Olympics is fucking
Olympics.
over.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's done.
Have they got back from Tokyo yet, or have we
I mean-
welcomed our boys home with any victories?
Vinny is correct.
Yeah, I know I'm correct. Like,
Vinny,
We've been drinking too many books.
it was
and it's
yesterday,
fine.
okay? It was yesterday. All right, so while you're here for Olympics, final medal count.
the U.S. sucked this
Get
year.
your
All right,
Olympics
all right.
news here.
Who do you
okay.
think won? Give me your top 5.
Medalists,
Just
like
in the top 5 they
overall
have.
medals.
Yeah.
China.
Number 1?
China.
Number 1? No.
Number 1, Russia.
But China's in number 5. Russia's not allowed to compete. They're the ROC. The Rock.
Yeah, they are the Rock.
I don't hate the Rock. I'm like, it's the
Yeah,
Rock.
yeah. Okay.
So
Sweden.
China's in the
the
top 5.
Russian Olympic
Sweden is
Committee.
number 5.
Sweden is number
China's
5.
number 3.
China's number 3. Would it be another? France.
Incorrect. Do you want to guess number 1? I know we already talked about this. I think
I already know.
Okay. All right. So you got
'Cause
China and Sweden.
I do my own research.
You got 2 more guesses left.
The U.S.
Number 4.
Okay, so I'm looking for the number 1 medal winner.
You're missing 1 and 2. I'll tell you what. I'll give you 2 more guesses. But
Norway.
number 1, 16 gold, 8 silver, 13 bronze, 37 overall.
I knew it was a Scandinavian.
That is 5 more than the ROC had overall, but the ROC got a bunch of bronze.
ROC. Is that the Democratic Republic of the Congo?
It's
That's
the
Jay-Z.
Russian- It's the Russian.
That's
Olympic
Jay-Z, Memphis Bleak.
and Kanye's.
Number 2, Germany.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Germans.
They
the
actually stole
Germans.
4 medals
Germans
from
with a
Poland.
window Do what?
They stole 4
They
medals
stole
from
4
Poland.
medals from Poland.
And then 6 from France, so they got second place. So 16 gold.
So the
Norway.
U.S. didn't crack the top 5.
Number 4 is number 3 is China with 9.
I thought USA was like number 6.
Number 4, USA with 8 gold, 10
Did they
silver,
win the curling?
7
Did the U.S.
bronze.
win the curling?
Look it
No?
up, Jamie. I don't know. So we have the
Canada?
4th most overall.
Okay.
It's weird. Canada's not even in the top 10.
Well, I just figured Canada would win the curling. I think that's where curling was
U.S.
invented.
was expected to win hockey and got upset pretty bad.
By Canada?
I don't remember who it was, but they scored a goal
Sweden.
in the very last
Sweden gold,
minute
United Kingdom
and
silver,
then won in
Canada
a shootout
bronze.
to knock out the U.S.
Oh, wow.
Women curling, the United Kingdom, because they're ugly. What else are they going to do?
Yeah, exactly.
Japan, silver in women's curling, though.
Wow.
Didn't see that one coming.
Well, they're the home team.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah, that's the best. I guess it took a second there. It took a second to move on. I forgot you were racist for a minute. I'm sorry.
No, I seriously thought it was I wasn't even trying to be like all Asians look the same, even though they do. I just, I seriously thought it was in Tokyo.
Woo! Welcome to Behind the Swastika Cast.
I was trying to stir it up, man. You're talking about dead people getting stabbed. You had 2 stories about people being stabbed. today.
And I've got
These
one
are
more.
accidentally-
people,
yeah.
but you're a piece of shit.
I'm the piece of shit. I stabbed myself.
Both of them deserved it. The one I'm going to tell on Patreon definitely deserved it. He stole some goods from me, and I got stabbed for it.
Oh, all right.
And we'll just say his nickname is Slim.
Oh,
But he's not Slim.
well, thank you guys for listening this week. We're about to head on
Paxton's
to
like, I gotta
the.
do this right
We're about to
now.
head on to the Patreon. We love you guys. Please get us to 500.
Take a stab.
Take
at
a stab
subscribing.
at the subscribe button on YouTube. Take a stab at following us on Instagram.
If you're in Japan, where the Olympics were not held,
Well, China sucks anyways. So I mean, not at stealing,
China is asshole.
Not at stealing intellectual property and mass producing.
It was in Beijing, by the way.
Ah, that's right. I knew that. Well, thank you guys.
Beijing's not in Japan, though.
We'll see 37 of
I mean,
you
we have
on the
F-bomb
Patreon.
count too, though.
Oh yeah, we gotta do that.
F-bomb.
Oh, and we
Wait,
got
hold,
birthdays.
Before we F-bomb, happy birthday, Moya, a couple days ago. Love you, girl.
We got Danny Rapso's birthday coming up.
Danny Rap's birthday's in a few days.
Happy
And,
birthday.
Love you, rap.
We love you, Rap.
There's two
And
of you's
Moya.
birthdays that aren't out there. So,
Shout out to again, go
to
give
book drinkers?
Inferno a follow on Instagram.
We're gonna be at
wanna
Inferno
get
soon.
we want to get them
What up,
to,
Brian?
to 500 as well, and we're gonna do an
we're going to
episode.
do a live Inferno.
A
I
live-
can't wait for the person that has to run the door of keep people from bothering us while we're doing
Are
this.
we going to eat hot wings when we go?
I'm not doing anything that has anything to do with spice because
So
I've already paid.
I will do all that.
Okay.
I'll do all that, and we'll make him do it too.
Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do it at night.
It's going to be a cab night too.
Yeah.
We're going to do hot ones versus shot ones.
For shot ones, yeah. So we're gonna do
Yeah.
like dead turtles and put a little bit of a hotter hot sauce in each one.
Ooh, I
Isn't
might
that a-
It's going to
get
be
off
it's going
the
to be a fun
Budweiser
event.
That's
for
what I'm
that
saying.
one.
Yeah, it might be a good idea. And but we
maybe
might
we
need
should
a
try to bring in a ringer. See if we can get Mir Ali to come in and just laugh at us while we cry.
We might just need a volunteer that can actually handle some hot stuff, and then we'll get some recipes from Brian.
Also,
as
if we
well.
can get Hunter Mullins stand there and go, oh my god, bro,
Oh,
it's
man.
so hot.
Yo, I'm about to rip my commode in half when I get home.
My Wednesday boxers are done.
All right, what's the F count?
right.
Let's get
F-bomb
it.
count.
Paxton crushed it with 13.
I planned on it
F-bombs.
today.
13?
I was working in the yard all day because I felt like a fat piece of shit,
And you were
right?
like,
And I was like, fuck this,
yeah.
fuck that, fuck this. I was like,
I just went way.
yeah.
way
I was like, when I'm
further.
telling my stories tonight on the
Let's say
podcast.
the F-bomb count stops when the F-bomb count starts.
Yeah,
Oh,
true
right.
that. I had 7 because I hate losing.
Finally, back in third place.
Let's see.
Bronze medal. Paxton with the gold.
I
The
got-
F-bomb
hey.
gold. He's in Japan. Vinny and I got Vinny got silver in Beijing. I got
We went to China.
China.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
We'll
Exit music.
Well, it's okay. We'll see you guys on Patreon shortly. Stabbing,
yeah.
wine, sex,
Stabbing, stealing wine, and stabbing.
and people that drink books.
I'll
Hardback.
I'll stick it on there.
Yeah, that's
I bet you will.
Bye, guys.